Herbs and witchcraft have been thought of very differently throughout history. Herbs have generally been seen as good, whereas witchcraft has been seen as bad, despite the fact that a long time ago people were put to death simply for using certain herbs to cure illnesses. Herbs can be used for both good and bad. Today, herbs are used in Chinese herbal medicines, which are used to cure diseases and illnesses. But herbs can also be used for bad, such as making certain kinds of dangerous drugs. This video describes the good and bad uses of herbs, as well as the way they influenced people known as witches and the effects they have on people today.
Disclaimer: the herbs shown in this video are not the actual herbs mentioned, given that those are poisonous and would be very hard to obtain.
Witches would use many herbs when brewing potions. Some of these herbs would make people violently sick. Other herbs would give people unexplained feelings of happiness. Witches would make many potions comprised of various herbs and toxins, such as bufotoxin, which came from various toads and frogs.
Witches' familiars. Using substances that came from animals such as toads could cause someone to be accused of being a witch, because toads were considered to be witches' familiars. A familiar is a demon that supposedly takes the form of an animal, such as a toad, and attaches itself to witches to help them cast curses. Bufotoxin. Bufotoxin is a toxin that comes from certain kinds of toads. It is fatal to most animals and can cause irritation in the eyes of humans. It can now be used to treat certain kinds of epilepsy. Cardiac glycoside. Cardiac glycoside can be found in digitalis, an extract from the common foxglove. Cardiac glycosides have a powerful effect on the heart and have been known to reduce heart rate and strengthen heartbeat, among other things. Witches, or herbalists, as they were also known, would often use herbs, such as foxglove, as heart tonics. Digitalis and foxglove. Digitalis, which is an extract from the common foxglove, is often mentioned in witch lore. Digitalis glycoside is one of the poisonous ingredients found in foxglove. The foxglove plant itself has the appearance of the finger of a glove, causing it to earn the nickname witch's glove. There is a saying about foxglove: it can raise the dead and it can kill the living. This saying probably came about because certain parts of the foxglove plant can be used in heart tonics, which could be used to raise the dead. On the other hand, foxglove is extremely poisonous, hence killing the living. Flying salves. Witches would also make flying salves, which were greasy pastes that the witches used to obtain the sensation of flying. The salves were usually made from a mixture of belladonna, mandrake, and henbane. The herbs used in flying salves were not soluble in water, therefore had to be made into greases and oils which the witches would rub on themselves. Belladonna. Belladonna, aka deadly nightshade, was one of the ingredients in witches' flying salves. Belladonna is deadly poisonous and was supposedly referenced as part of the sleeping potion used to put Juliet, from Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, to sleep. Today, belladonna can be used to treat joint pain, but when used incorrectly, it can cause headaches and drowsiness. Mandrake. Mandrake is another ingredient in witches' flying salves. It used to be believed that witches use mandrake to cause people to go mad. Mandrake leaves can have a cooling effect and can be used in certain ointments. If mandrake is not used correctly, it can cause a person to asphyxiate, or suffocate due to lack of oxygen. Henbane. The third ingredient in witches' flying salves was henbane. Today, henbane can be used for treating scar tissue, but if used incorrectly, it can cause hallucinations and other side effects. Datura/thornapple. Thornapple was another herb that was used in witches' flying salves. Thornapple comes from the Datura family, which includes other plants such as devil's apple and stinkweed. Datura as a whole is very poisonous and well known in witches' potions. It was claimed that Datura was used along with henbane to produce the hallucinations that would cause witches to think they were flying. Today it can be smoked as a drug, which can cause hallucinations, seizures, and amnesia.
I see a great white beast. What is it?
Witches were not just bad. They would also use their herbs to heal people who were sick by giving them a concoction of various plants.
Herbs as medicines. Today, many herbs are used in medicines and ointments to treat certain kinds of injuries and illnesses. A well-known example of this is Chinese herbal medicine. Today, it can be used to treat certain kinds of cancer. Another example is marijuana. Marijuana comes from a herb and is now being researched to see if it can be used to try to treat certain kinds of seizures.